everyone. Thank you for coming. Settle down. So many of you have asked the organizers, where did this idea start? What's the background? I think the idea came out during math camp already, talking to so many different people from different countries, different backgrounds, religions, with different hobbies, different languages, different work experiences. So how to get to know all of these new classmates, these new people, is this really what it is about? It's not only about studying, it's about new experiences. And somehow Marie, Carlos, Manuel and I got together and thought, okay, let's really do something about it and get this started. And we learned that the second years did something similar last year, so Elliot organized it, he's here today. We spoke to him how this all was going, and we met in Woodland-Tap actually and planned the whole thing, and here we are again. It's all about stories, so we'll have different classmates talking about whatever you can imagine, what they want to share. I won't tell you too much of it. And we'll have 20 slides per person, 20 seconds per slide. This is the Pachacucha style. So it's really about giving a quick overview of what you want to tell us. And then we'll have time for 3 questions for each speaker. So this should be at least a start for discussion and conversations. And that's it. So who are the speakers tonight? We have... You have to click the... Guillermo, he's our first speaker. We have Becky. No!
No. Close your eyes. 20 seconds.
So we have Becky. We have Turaf. There's Elena. Ken. Santi. Trista. And there are 2 more, Barbara. And Isabel. So these people will all talk about what they are passionate about, one thing or the other, and we'll start with Guillermo.
Can I fill this out? Yes.
Okay, glad to be here. When I just learned about Pachacucha, I didn't really know how to pronounce it very well. I understand was something related, like to share something. Oh, it's going very fast. Okay. So I think a biography. I think what I'm going to speak about, and I think I'm not going to speak about Lord of the Rings or Frank Pinchao biography, but about why not my own biography. And usually when you go to those books, they start like thinking in the backgrounds, their family, like some kind of their roots. So my story began here. A young man, it's not me, it's my father, walking in the night alone. He's abandoned his house. My father was born in a small town in Colombia called Maripi. There you got it. It's in the north of Bogota. He was from a poor farmers and big family. So I think when he was a child, he got a lot of punishment and not maybe a lot of food. So he decided to leave his house maybe when he was around 15 years, and went to this place, Maripi. He started like walking, and went to Muso. Muso is a huge emerald mine in Colombia. And he started working, hard work. And at that time, like the institutional setting was that every person that came there can, like, if they find emeralds, they were able to just to take them. So eventually my father became rich without education. But a quick parenthesis. There's a very problematic situation there. We got a kind of war there because I mean there are valuable resources and everybody can go and take them. So okay, my father went away also from Muso because of violence. Well, coming back to his story, he did, I think, pretty well. I told you he became kind of rich. He buy land and raise cattle. But another problem in Colombia that touched my family, maybe on the side, is FARC, also violence. For those of you that don't know, the Colombian state has been fighting guerrillas for about 50 years. It's interesting to think how what started like a political party began like a terrorist group and kidnap people, put chains on the necks of the people and everything. Okay, but in summary, a lot of my father also sell his lands very cheap and went to the city. And Colombian political parties have been like fighting war or trying to do peace with them. Right now we're like in a peace process. We hope it goes well. Like a final thing about my father, well, a big family, seven brothers, 3 different wives, so he's kind of womanizer. However, very interestingly, he tells me, don't do that, don't have 3 wives. Very, very complicated thing. Okay. My mother, another setting, she came from Bogota, an urban setting. She had access to education. However, also poverty when he was a child. And why? Why was that poverty? My grandfather, he was an elegant person. He enjoyed a music theater, and he was like the management of this place, but began to start having some troubles with alcohol, so that why at the end he lost his job and make a hard situation for my family. Well, finally he was born from those settings. Around the countries. I don't know why did to me this kind of haircut, like putting a helmet and doing like stare like that. I really don't know that. Well, I have like a normal youth. Then I went to military service, not my best pictures. And after military service, I went to a public university. I was not in the guerrilla, but was my first semester in university. But I want to say that I was able to study and with time come here because I was able to get into an almost free university. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to study here. In the university, I also want to tell that I started like doing some social labor. I went to Ciudad Bolívar. This is a very poor place in Colombia. When you go there, you see like a sea of houses of brick, sometimes wood, plastic. And going there was make an impact on my life. And with some friends, we started like a non-profit. It's called A New Life for Everybody. And thanks to that, we were able to support like about 150 children. We get sponsorships and an annual budget from above $30,000 a year, which is, I think, a small contribution when you think in poverty, but I would think. Well, this won't be complete without showing at my wife somehow. So there she is. I choose that kind of helmet because I don't know, it's funny, but also resembles me. Like marriage also is like working with somebody. It's like having a partner, so that's good. Well, I worked in the financial. After that, I work in the financial sector. I work in the stock market, also with a bank. So I felt like I was doing the richest people of Colombia. So at the end, I prefer and move to the public sector and work in financial regulation, which was pretty good. And I'm finishing. Well, when I look at the Congress, I think it's kind of similar to the trading desk. A lot of people, crazy people there sometimes. But what I want to say is that if some of you feel that you can participate in politics, I think that's pretty important because those are the places where you take the decisions. So to finish, thank you very much.
Are there any questions for Guillermo? He's here to talk. Can you speak up?
Did you get free university because you were in the military, or was it just free university for everybody?
No, it's free for almost everybody.
Yeah.
How'd you meet your wife?
At work. I met him at work. Yeah. She was like in the next. She seated next to me.
You follow the advice of your father?
Yeah. I'm like,
No, I'm broke.